Welcome back to our channel, Two Brothers Opinions. My name is Barry. This is my brother Mark.
Yep, and today we thought we would just start out with a short video on why we have the opinions that we have, how we grew up, and what formed the things that we think about. So I don't know if you want to.
Sure. Both of us think that our opinions come from our father mostly. He was born in 1923, so he is definitely a Depression era baby.
Yes, Depression. Yeah.
Depression era baby.
Yeah. And we were baby boomers.
Baby boomers. I was pretty much the last of the baby boomers, and we also have another sibling, our sister, who is the oldest.
Yes, and Dad was a hardworking, worked 2-3 jobs at times. Worked in a factory. Mom stayed home, was a stay-at-home mom, and just loved taking care of her family. That was what she wanted to do. Dad was a Marine in World War II. And
a proud Italian American.
Yeah, proud Italian American.
Excuse me.
And even though our grandparents, our paternal grandparents, didn't speak any English at all, Dad would not speak Italian in our house. He said, "You're here, you're an American, and that's what you're going to learn. You're going to speak English."
Yeah, they frowned upon that. His parents said, "You're in America, you speak English. Outside of the home, inside the home, they spoke Italian."
Well, yeah, they were, it was a hardworking family. We didn't have a lot of money. There were times when there wasn't enough food for my mother to eat lunch. So we grew up understanding that family was everything.
Absolutely.
Everything.
The most important.
The people you could always count on. And that if you ever wanted anything, nobody was going to give it to you, that you had to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And work hard.
Oh yeah. And work hard.
And it's funny that we never thought or looked upon ourselves as being poor.
No.
We thought that it was easy, and it definitely wasn't for our parents, but we didn't know that. I know kids don't know that today, or back then. But even later on in life, we didn't realize we didn't have a lot.
No, and we've all worked. Our sister, the both of us, we've worked in factories. We've worked many different jobs.
Medical field.
All
of us.
Eventually, I in my 30s, I went back and actually went and got a bachelor's degree, and then followed that with a master's degree. But that was unheard of in our family for people to go to college, or get any kind of degree, or be a white collar worker.
No, you just went to work and shut up.
Yeah. It was go get a job and get one that has insurance and good benefits.
Absolutely.
So I did, but I put 17 years in a factory too. And you've done
every job under the sun.
Every job you could possibly do. So when it comes to eventually people maybe finding our channel and commenting on different things, we have an expert who's done pretty much every job you could possibly think of, and had probably every brand of car you could possibly
my
think
33rd car already since 16.
But
4 motorcycles.
Yeah. But we, like I said, that's how we grew up. We grew up knowing that you love your country, you love your family, and you work hard. And that's where a lot of our opinions come from.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, in a sense, they're not real Democrat or Republican opinions. They're just hardworking, fair, honest, and that's what you judge people on.
I think one of the things we heard our father, he was very political, especially around the picnics that we had.
Yeah.
He had his opinions, and I think it washed over us, definitely, the way we think.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to get Dad going, you just say, "So, what do you think about this?" and he would start on a rant.
He definitely had his opinion.
Yeah, but on the other side, our mom loved her family and taking care of her family. We could be watching a movie or a football game or something on TV, and Mom would disappear and go out in the kitchen, and next thing you know, she'd be calling us out because she made biscuits and she's got She's
Yep.
got, cups of tea and butter and jelly on the table. And we're like, oh, what'd you do? Or she was constantly making
Yeah.
cakes.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
And why?
And she would just like, oh, I just thought I'd make this.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of our opinions come from. And we thought that,
You should know this as you're watching this, why we think like we think.
yeah, because we're going to have some strong opinions. Other things we're going to say, hey, these are our opinions, but we're not sure if what we think is accurate or not. But, we like to research stuff and we'll find out, we're always open to having our mind changed. If somebody
Definitely.
says, hey, did you know about this? And if we didn't, we'll check on it.
And then again, these are our opinions.
Yeah.
We're not against anybody that has an opposite opinion.
No, because
We're just trying to explain why we think like we think.
yeah, and one of the good things I think we both learned was if you have an opposite opinion, we're not going to go, you're stupid. We're going to go explain why you have that opinion, and if it makes sense, we might go, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
That makes sense,
We'll
or at least it makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm. We'll listen.
Yeah.
Definitely listen.
So
This is not supposed to be a channel of us against you or
no,
you against us. We're not looking at it that way.
no, it's
Take
just
everybody's opinion seriously.
Yeah. And it's like we said in our original little clip that some of it may be current stuff that's happening. Some of it might just be a topic that
Mm-hmm.
we want to talk about. And based on all the different things we've done, from working for other people, and in my case, I actually own my own business, so we can go in a variety of different ways with our topics that we're going to cover.
Which I think will be pretty fun.
Yeah, no, we plan on having some fun on
A
this.
lot of fun on this channel.
Yeah, and we definitely will laugh. There are times where we're just going to laugh, and you'll have to put up with it.
Bear with us.
Yeah. So
One of the things we like to talk about too is growing up. We thought that the chores that we were given were rough. We didn't want to do them. But ultimately, now the age that we are, we wish we had that life again. I'd love to go back out and work in the garden.
Yep.
We grew our own food in the summer, of course,
Yeah.
because we're definitely
Yeah, we
from
had
the New England area. If you
Yeah.
can tell by the way we talk.
and we didn't use a rototiller. we were out there with shovels, turning over
Turn
like
a garden by hand.
half of the backyard.
Yes. Rows and rows and rows of fresh vegetables
Yep.
and fruits from the neighbor. He had a pear tree that he came over with bags of pears.
Yeah.
And we swapped stuff that he grew and different things that we grew that he didn't. And it was great to have that. Didn't understand it at the time, but understand it a lot now as we
Yeah.
are older.
And part of that too is when especially when I was younger, because you were just born,
Mhm.
but we lived in a small town, and then by the time I hit 10 and you would have been like 4,
4.
we moved to a city. So we've lived in both environments, but both of them have their really good points. Met lifelong friends. And,
To this day.
yeah.
Yep.
So
I have a friend since we were about 4.5 years old, and we're still friends today.
yeah, I mean, Steve he and I were friends for 55 years, and he died about
Don't
a
give
year.
your age away.
No, but,
We look much younger than
Yeah,
what we actually
yeah.
are.
well, at least I'm 55. No, but he died a couple of years ago. But yeah, so we met lifelong friends, and as you said, some of them still to this day.
Yep.
But
Grew up in a great area,
yeah,
and it was neighborhood schools. None of this
yeah,
big school with 2,000 kids
no,
and all the troubles that they have today.
walked to school and
Walked home for lunch.
went home for lunch, and then walked back. And we actually went back to school in the afternoon and finished the day out.
Mhm.
And so that's a little bit about why some of our opinions are formed in the way that they are. So we thought we'd do a short little video and give you that. And then hopefully you'll look forward to some more stuff that we're going to tape. And we're hoping to release something maybe once a week.
It's a little hard right now for me.
yeah, he's still working.
Yeah.
I'm retired. But but we're busy. So yeah, that sounds pretty good for today, right?
Okay, so this ends our first video. And please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.